Hey everybody, guess what time it is? It is time for the July notebook challenge. I don't know about you, but June was a blur for me. I was finishing up my latest novel, Vengeful Darkness, which if you have not picked it up yet, I would love for you to go grab it and read my series. It is a young adult contemporary fantasy series, and Vengeful Darkness has done so well. It is currently number 14 in the entire Google Play Store, launched at number 5 in the Apple Store, number 1 in the Apple UK Store, and 7 categories of number 1 at Amazon. So just thank you guys so much for all your support. This has been amazing. But June was a blur trying to finish the book, being a little bit delayed on it, and then finally finishing up my edits and getting it published. So I feel like I'm just now coming up for air. I really didn't use a ton of my notebooks over the course of the month because I was really focused on the book and didn't really do much of anything else. So now I am, like I said, coming back up for air and realizing that I am so excited for everything that's coming up. First things first, if you missed my video from earlier this past week, where I talked about the Don't Break the Chain challenge, it's not too late to join. You could always join a little bit late, but basically it's just a challenge to write every single day of the month of July. Or if you know you have a few days, you can set your own parameters. And what writing every day means to you can be an individual choice. It could be 100 words a day. It could be just reading every day, whatever you want that counts as a cross off. But I'm recording this on the 3rd and I already have my first 3 X's. If you want to grab this, you can download the workbook from my newsletter list. Just join the list. I'll have the link for you down below. Or if you're already on the list, just go to the Heart Breathings resource library and you can find it there. Another thing that I'm doing that's kind of like a personal challenge that some other people have joined in with me in my Sarra Cannon community, my author community. I kind of have 2 separate communities a little bit, but we sort of have meshed in people. But Heart Breathings here is mostly for authors, whereas my Sarra Cannon YouTube channel and Facebook and everything is more for my readers, but there's also a lot of authors over there as well, and you guys are welcome to join. This is my what I'm calling my 6 months for life project, and I'm using a plum paper planner. I have never used plum paper before. I am going to be posting a full flip through of this planner, and it's not a notebook, it's a planner. I'm also going to be doing a mid-year planner lineup. For those of you who are interested in that, that's probably going to be like a 45-minute long video that I'll record coming up here in a few weeks. So this will be in that, but I just kind of wanted to show it off because I've never used plum paper before and it's really pretty. And they use Mohawk paper, which is similar to the Erin Condren paper, but it's a smoother formula of the paper and it really holds up well. Like these dot markers that I have, these zig clean color dot markers, sometimes bleed through my other notebooks and planners, but you can't even tell over here. Like there's not even any ghosting that goes on. And what's cool about plum paper is that you can put your own categories in here. So I've written soul fuel, movement, and so on for tracking, specifically just tracking this 6 month for life project that I'm doing. So if you are familiar with my HB90, my 3rd goal, so my first goal has to do with my writing. My second goal has to do with Heart Breathings. My 3rd goal this quarter and for next quarter as well is going to have to do with this 6 month for life project, which for me is all about my mental and physical health and really getting a good foundation for myself, because I think that I have been neglecting both my mental and physical health to a degree over the last couple of years. And I think that happens naturally when you're postpartum, and I'm just ready to get back to it. So that's what this is about. And like I said, if you're interested, definitely come watch the flip through of this planner and come join us. There's no like official way to join other than just being a part of the community, but there are like coffee chats every Friday that we do over there. So if you want to come subscribe, it's a much smaller community, but it's awesome. So come join us over there. But yay for plum paper. I'm really loving it. Another notebook, however, that actually goes along with that project is I realized pretty quickly that I needed a space to record my thoughts about what I'm going to put into the videos, because I'm going to be doing vlogs for my 6 months for life project over on my Sarra Cannon channel. And I was trying to think, like, what do I want to put in those vlogs? I don't really have a notebook right now where I'm tracking what I'm putting into like editorial calendar or anything for those. And I don't mean for it to be that formal necessarily, but I needed a place. And I had this really cute Bando notebook that says, have fun, be nice, work hard. And it has like a little crunched corner. And for that reason, I had gotten it at Home Goods. I must have taken the sticker off, but because it was crunched, I got it at Home Goods for like 99 cents. They were like, just take it for 99 cents. And I have wanted to use it for a while. It has a little pocket in here, and then it's just got these really nice big pages, and it's just on a pink spiral. All of the Bando notebooks have this little thing that says date and then lined pages with always in the middle, it has some kind of big quote with colorful pages. So this one says, today is your day. And I just really like these notebooks. They have a good feel to them, and the backing is cardboard, so it's nice to like write on if you're just writing in your lap or something, you don't have a hard surface. So I'm going to be tracking, or basically making outline notes about my vlogs and what footage that I have to include in the project for this. Okay, so in the month of June, I was so busy I did not have a chance to record a planner flip through, so I thought I would just quickly show you what this one looks like. So this is the Kiki K, one of the Kiki K ones, and I think somebody said this was on sale recently. I got this for Mother's Day, but it's this beautiful pink with rose gold pears, almost like copper, and it's just so beautiful. Copper rings. This was my June setup, and I'm going to be setting up my July planner today. So I thought before I take this down, I'll just kind of show you a little bit about it. So I have a few little things here from Cloth and Paper, and then most of these little ephemera or die cuts and all of the dashboards, as always, come from the Planner Press digital dash box. So I'll link that for you down below. I'm not an affiliate of that or anything, but I just really enjoy it. And I have more Cloth and Paper stuff here and just some sticky notes stuck in the back. And then some very cute other little things from Planner Press, like this card that says the comeback is stronger than the setback. And then coffee thoughts. I have these clear dividers that I've been using. They're so dirty after this month, but those I've been using from Planner Press as well. And then I do have some other Cloth and Paper inserts. I have some beautiful vellums from Planner Press with some more of her artwork. And then I have my HB90 planner, which I need to set up for the month of July because I don't have it fully set up for July. I actually do have this week, but I need to get it set up for the upcoming week. So I have all my regular HB90 with my color code, and then some more of these like vellums and things like that. So just like this world's super fastest like flip through ever. I have these little page flags from Planner Press. And then this is from Procrastiplanner and more Cloth and Paper, I think. Yeah. And this is also Cloth and Paper. She has such amazing things. And then this was a gift from a subscriber, and then a little future life vision board there, drawing. So that's it. This little Erin Condren pen came, I think maybe with a seasonal surprise box a few years ago, and it just matched this planner so nicely. I haven't even used it in there because it's kind of a strange pen to hold, but it sure is pretty. So there's a little just quick flip through of my planner from this month. Now I will share with you one of the most beautiful gifts that I've gotten from a subscriber. This is a handmade notebook, and this beautiful cover and everything is just, I mean, when I got it and I unboxed it, I cried. This is just so beautiful, and she's hand stitched it. So this is a real like thick board here with custom Dragonfly design on the front. And then we have basically these registers with nice thick paper, 11. So it looks like maybe there's 12 pages in here for each one of these registers. And because of the way that it's bound, it lays totally flat, which is something that I really, really love. And the paper is just really nice and toothy. It's kind of reminds me of the Erin Condren paper. I want to do some testing on this to see if I could actually do a little bit of watercolor on this, but I think that I'm going to be using this throughout my 6-month project for some of my memories and my thoughts and the nightly journaling that I'm going to do. So I'm going to be setting this up soon, but how lovely is this, y'all? It's just really, really beautiful. This is from a subscriber and friend, Rebecca at Mythic Books. You can follow her on Instagram, so I'll put that down below, her Etsy and her Instagram. She's just started selling these, but she just does a lovely job with them, and I am very, very grateful for this. So thank you so much, Rebecca. Another gift that I unboxed over on my Sarra Cannon coffee chat is this Hunter Paper Co. That also lies flat, and this is so cute. And this is a gift from Kat, and I absolutely love it. So this one has a section for contents, and then it's dot grid and says date over here with the subject over here. And I have not yet come up with how I'm planning to use this one yet, but I really like it. And once you hold it, you know, you kind of push it down a little bit, it stays flat. The pages are also numbered. So I'm pretty excited about this because I love, love, love lay flat bindings, and they're pretty tough to find sometimes in books like this. So I don't know yet how I'm going to use it, but I might use it for some kind of tracker because of the way it has the date and then the subject on the side. I also might use it for reading notes for some of my plotting stuff, but this is a really cool binding and I love it. So this is Hunter Paper Co. Thank you so much for that, Kat. I like to keep the little cards that come with it also. Okay, so this is just a fun one. During, gosh, when was it, I guess? I don't know exactly when they did this, but for some holiday or some event recently, May Designs had a sale. And I wanted to grab a few of these smaller notebooks. Like this one's they're productivity kind. So you can do this graph paper and then you've got kind of a to-do list on the side. And I think I might use this in some of my decluttering stuff when I'm going around the house making to-do lists of like what needs to be patched or repaired or anything like that. So this one just says make it happen. And these are kind of like canvas covers. And I'll talk about the downside to that in a minute. It's not even canvas, it's just kind of like textured paper. But look at these, are so cute. So one of the things that they've just started doing, you've always been able to kind of customize getting your name on it. But here's an example of why these just textured paper covers are terrible in some ways. I wish they were just like a little bit more coated, but it gets so dirty, especially when you have a toddler at the house, because I don't even know what happened, but it's like a train wreck happened in my notebook. But you guys may recognize this one as the one I was using for plot stuff for Vengeful Darkness, and it is completed. It is done. So I have finished a notebook. This is not something I necessarily want to keep for nostalgia because of its ugliness, but I think I will keep it for nostalgia because of all the hard work that went into this book. Now I do keep my plotting notes in another notebook, but I think I talked about this last week, that sometimes when I'm outside, I can't carry that big binder or a big happy planner. So this became a little bit more convenient for some of those plotting notes. And I ended up doing a lot of my brainstorming in this. So I will be starting a new notebook for similar types of plotting and brainstorming for book 12. But you've always been able to put your name, and then they have some designs that you can't customize like this one, but they've started allowing you to put your logo on stuff. And I love this so much. So this is one that's actually, I'm going to leave these in the paper because you guys see this just basically dot grid on the inside. But I was able to put my Heart Breathings logo on these too, and I think it looks so cute. So I will probably use these for brainstorming notes about new courses or other things that are coming up. So yeah, pretty cool stuff from May Designs. These notebooks are not like cheap, but when you can get them on sale, I think they were having like a 30 or 40% off sale. I thought it was pretty cool. My dream is to be able to get these in bulk with the Heart Breathings logo or something, and then give them out to people that sign up for Publish and Thrive. I think that would be super cool. But right now that would be very expensive to buy them all because they'd still be like $15 a piece. The notebook that I am thinking of using for book 12, instead of using another May Designs that's going to get so dirty and potentially get ripped, I was thinking about using one of these Pastello twist notes. So these are similar. There are other kinds of like Kokuyo and other types of notebooks that do this, but these open up, kind of like your old school 3-ring binders. So you can actually open these and change out the paper of them. And I have extra paper, and these are really super thin lines. So you can, it's not going to work well with my nails right now, but you can just pull these open and add more pages to it, or take the pages out and things like that. So I am actually going to use these, I think, for my brainstorming notes, because this cover being plastic will just be much more durable. I got these from Jet Pen, so I'll link them for you down below, but they're such pretty colors. And I think there was kind of like a reddish coral or something like that as well, but it was sold out. And they're just super cute. And then you can buy extra paper for them to switch them in and out. And I think even just one of these, it doesn't say how much pages they have, at least not in English, so I'm not sure. But this is from Lee Hit Lab, and it's B5. It says 29 holes, but it doesn't say how many pages. But it's, you know, probably 30 pages or so in here, and I think that'll be plenty enough for all my plot notes. So hopefully this will start to fill up as I begin brainstorming book 12. I just don't know which color to use. Pastel, we've got teal, yellow, or purple. I'll probably use the purple, to be honest, but we'll see. I'll decide as I go. This is, of course, my cloth and paper cover that I have reviewed and talked about before. It's one of my favorite like planner covers that I've ever gotten. It's the half letter size, which I think was her like medium or large size. I think large. It is often sold out and it is expensive, but let me tell you, it is worth it if you like leather goods, because it is beautiful. I've been using this for my Manifestation Babe Academy notebook, and I haven't really added too much new to it, but I just kind of wanted to show off this amazing Ollie clip that came with the most recent cloth and paper subscription box. Y'all, this is so pretty. It's just matte black, but I just really, really love it. And it's just my new favorite thing. So I just had to mention that because she just really does such a good job curating that subscription box. I have been getting half letter things for the subscription box, but I did change my subscription to A5 so that I can incorporate them into my main planner. But this Manifestation Babe Academy is like 16 modules, and I'm only on module 5 because I got so busy I couldn't keep up with it. So part of my 6-month for life program or project goals is getting back into this course and finishing it up. So here's an example of one of the dashboards that came with the cloth and paper subscription box, which is, I think, always has such good pins and dashboards and different things like that. So a lot of these things came from her shop. But I'm looking forward to getting back into that course now that I have kind of my time back after finishing the book. So just wanted to show you that. I love it so much. I'll just touch on this one briefly too, because I talked about it last month and I haven't done anything new in it, but there have been so many disappointing things that have been coming up lately, and this is just one of them. Is that last month, I think what I talked about was how when we found this house, we were super excited to build it. We were so, like, we just manifested it, and then there it was, and it was going to come. So this was a manifesting notebook that I started to help manifest the house sale of my previous house. So this was about a year ago. I started working to manifest the sale of my house in Columbia that we had been holding on to and renting out for a couple of years. And then once that sold, we started looking at what kind of house we wanted here in Charleston to actually buy, now that we've been renting for like 4.5, 5 years here. And I've been so excited to buy. Then we came across this house and found out that we could build this house, and we were just so excited. The water view, the up raised level house, the big family like open kitchen, everything about this house. I was going to have basically the entire front of the house was going to be my office with 6 big windows. Like, everything was so happy. And I did these rituals to just like being so grateful that we got it. And then basically once we got it and we signed the contract on September 21st, I basically stopped. I did a couple of other journalings, but I didn't do any more manifesting for the house. Last month, we got the news that sadly the contractor canceled all of their contracts. The builder canceled all of their contracts because they say that the price of all their materials went up so high that they can't sell us the house at the price they agreed to. And I didn't even know, we weren't even aware that they could legally do that. But apparently because of COVID, courts are letting them do it. So now we are waiting to find out what they put the house back on the market for and what price they're going to give. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back out this manifesting notebook that has worked so well for me, and I'm going to start journaling about how I just hope that whatever house we end up in, it's the perfect place for our family. And whether it's this house or something better than this house, we just want to be settled. I'm so tired of renting. We only have this house we're living in until the end of August. So I don't even know if we're going to be able to extend our lease. So there's a lot of things up in the air. So I'm going to be jumping back into this notebook and using it every night as part of my evening ritual to hopefully journal and manifest. Ooh, my nails really match that pretty well. Hopefully journal and manifest a beautiful new home for us, because I really, really want to be settled and happy somewhere. I've talked about these before too, but I've had these two books. So this one's the actual book, Your Dream Life Starts Here, by Christina Carlson, who's the woman who started Kiki K, founded Kiki K. She's Swedish and moved to Australia and started this amazing planner company and business. And she's just an inspirational person. And she also has this journal that goes along with the book where you're supposed to read the chapter and then you work through the pages in the journal. And I've had these two for a while and haven't had time to fully go through them. But for Mother's Day, as part of my Kiki K haul from my family, they got me this, which is kind of like the Dream Life Planner. And I've put some of those digital Dashbox fun like dashboards in here, because when you buy that like $10 a month or whatever it is dashboard, you get them in multiple sizes. So I also put them in here for this planner. And basically, this planner is similar to the journal, the Dream Life Journal, but it does have some things that aren't in the journal. So this is basically a chance to talk about your ideal day, talk about your core values, and then to basically put your dreams for what you like, your dream life areas. There's a bunch of them in here that you can choose what it is. Like for me, one of my dream life areas might be our home, like a certain kind of house. And so then you would go in here and you would fill out like all your things about what you want, your vision board. And this just resonated with me so much because I have a vision board in my HB90 planner and it's so important to me. I was like, oh gosh, she did the same thing here. And I really just love that kind of stuff. And then there's like roadmaps and an action list. Somebody had asked me where to get this and that they couldn't find it on the website. And last time I looked, it was sold out and not available anymore. It only comes in this B6 size, which is kind of a cute size, but I'm basically been carrying these three things around with me for the last few days as I'm starting to read through the book and work through these dream life things. So it's a planner, but it's kind of like a journal or a notebook. And so I'm excited to be working in that this month now that I have a little bit of dream time left to myself without as much writing and deadlines. Another thing that I just put together, and I'll cover this in the planner lineup or my like mid-year planner lineup, is I just Franken planned my time tracking planner. So what I decided to go with was the academic planner. So this is the new mid-century circles, and then I've got some notes pages, some dot grid pages, and then I have the academic planner pages with the weekly spreads from the academic planner, and then I have the daily duo pages from this year's new Mid-Century Circles Daily Duo page. So I haven't, as you can see, I haven't even started working in it yet because I've still been working on my HB90 plan and stuff. So I just decided we are going on vacation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week and Thursday. And so I'm just not going to start my time tracking until I get back. So I'll be starting that the week after. But I've got the planner all set up, and I actually used some of these little tabs that I got from Planner Press and then from the Planner Society here to mark the pages where I'm going to be actually tracking my task blocks, which is something new I'm going to be adding to HB90. So kind of like a notebook planner hybrid here that I kind of created. So I'm pretty excited for the time tracking. And I know so many of you want a dedicated video on this, so I promise it is coming, but I just want to be able to give it the time that it deserves. Okay, so these are the last two notebooks is this is my Hobonichi Inside a Salty Katie Co cover. It does have a purple elastic that goes around it, but it keeps falling off, so I just took it off. But this one, I wanted to kind of show you how much it's grown because we're about halfway through the year. And this is something I use every single night for my nightly tarot reading. And so I draw a card and put it here in the front. So that is nicely filled out. And I love it. And I have just now started on the next page of the year. And then I also just put a few things into the monthly spread, anything that I want to be excited about or celebrate as we move through. And then I also have the weekly spreads where I just say a little bit about what that tarot card meant to me. So it's really starting to get filled up with, and I just love the way this Tomoe River paper feels once it's been written on. It's like kind of crinkly and has those upright raised markings. It brings me joy. So you can see I don't do anything special with these. There's nothing like that pretty about them, but they're just a good reminder of what's going on. And then in the actual spreads, like the dailies, I sometimes will skip a day. I don't worry about it too much if I skip a day. I don't skip a day of reading the tarot and putting them in here, but sometimes on the daily pages I do skip them. But I love how much this planner tends to like start to bulk up and just really starts to grow when you add stickers or anything else to it. And like I said, you'll see a few days here and there that I miss days, but I do tend to go back even afterwards and fill out any pages that I missed. But I just love, I keep basically a few rolls of washi tape by the bed and when I do this, or by my altar space, and I also keep like a couple of Happy Planner sticker books to use, and that's all I do. And it's, it's not really artsy or anything like that. I don't really hold myself accountable to making it beautiful, but I just really enjoy it. And I put like any kind of, like this was my summer solstice spread and things that I'm thinking at the time. So this is really a good tarot notebook. So this is, if you remember it, when we first got it, it was like this thin because the Tomoe River paper is so thin. And now it's grown to here and we're only halfway through the year. So I'm pretty excited about how chunky it's going to get by the end of the year. And then finally, this one is my manifesting notebook for my TV deal that I'm hoping someday will come into my life. And I am almost done with it. Like I keep adding more and more pages to it. So yeah, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pages. I have 12 pages left of this notebook, and I am pretty excited to fill these out. And I'm hoping that, hey, by the time this is full, maybe I'll be signing a TV deal. You never know. Dream big, right? So I've been using this, and this just goes to show Erin Condren added tons more, like twice as many notebook pages to their notebooks. And so it has taken me 2 years to fill one of them out completely. Now, I don't work in it every day, but it just is a nice notebook that has held up so well throughout the entire process of using it. So that is all of our notebooks for this month. For our giveaway this month, you're going to have your choice of 3 different notebooks of 3 various sizes. So the first is this Michaels notebook that has 96 sheets in it. It says UBU, and it's a lined notebook with this cool peacock. It's got these light green lines inside. It's a really good notebook. I really like writing on these, and it has a green ribbon inside. So a little peacock UBU. There's also this Happy Notes notebook that has some lined paper on the inside, 3 different sections to it, and it has these red discs in there, just empty notebook, and I think it says Rise and Then Shine. And then the final notebook is this Kiki K spiral notebook that is an A4 size, so it's narrower than like a letter size paper by just like a little bit, but it's taller. So these are really cool notebooks. They're a little bit like on the flimsier side, so they're really easy to kind of toss in your bag or whatever. And they have the subject and date and then lines, and it's this pretty navy blue kind of coil in the middle. And it's just empty blank pages. Let's see if it says how many. This is part of the Malala Fund, and it came in a set of 3 pages, but this would be really good for taking notes or for journaling or anything like that. And it's so much space on the page. It really gives you a lot of room to write notes or to brainstorm or anything else. So you've got the choice between the striped Kiki K, the happy notes, or the peacock journal. This giveaway is international, and I will leave it open. Since I'm going on vacation, I'm going to leave this open all the way until next Friday, July 9th. So I will leave this open till next Friday, July 9th, so that I can pick a winner when I get back from vacation. And maybe I'll pick 2 and I'll give away 2, or maybe I'll give away all 3. We'll see. But if you want to, let me know in the comments if you're participating in the notebook challenge and which one of these notebooks you would like if you win. Oh, I also wanted to show you guys, this I've been keeping in my Kiki K stuff that I've been working in, but how beautiful is this Dragonfly bookmark? This was a gift from my friend JD Robinson, who also has a channel here on YouTube and is one of my closest friends, and I would not have made it through writing Vengeful Darkness without her, but during the toughest parts of writing the book and missing the deadlines and everything else, she sent me this beautiful dragonfly with a sweet note. So thank you, Jen, for that. Now let's talk about our diverse book for the month. It's from Alyssa Cole, and I just bought this on my Kindle, but it has been on my wish list for ever since it came out. So she has tons of books in lots of different types of categories or genres, but the book that I have been dying to read is this one, When No One Is Watching, which it says here was officially an instant New York Times and USA Today bestselling book. I love this cover. It immediately just draws my eye. I love thrillers, so I'm just super excited to read this, and it's been on my list, but I have not had time. So here's what it's about. Rear Window meets Get Out in this gripping thriller from critically acclaimed and New York Times notable author, in which the gentrification of a Brooklyn neighborhood takes on a sinister new meaning. Sydney Green is Brooklyn born and raised, but her beloved neighborhood seems to change every time she blinks. Condos are sprouting like weeds, for sale signs are popping up overnight, and the neighbors she's known all her life are disappearing. To hold on to her community's past and present, Sydney channels her frustration into a walking tour and finds an unlikely and unwanted assistant in one of the new arrivals to the block, her neighbor Theo. But Sydney and Theo's deep dive into history quickly becomes a dizzying descent into paranoia and fear. Their neighbors may not have moved to the suburbs after all, and the push to revitalize the community may be more deadly than advertised. When does coincidence become conspiracy? Where do people go when gentrification pushes them out? Can Sydney and Theo trust each other or themselves long enough to find out before they too disappear? Tons of incredible starred reviews, Publishers Weekly starred reviews, Entertainment Weekly, Shondaland. The acclaim for this book has been so huge, and I cannot wait to read this book. So if you want to read along with me, When No One Is Watching is from Alyssa Cole, but she has lots and lots of other books like these Runaway Royals, the Reluctant Royals series, and she writes in multiple different categories and genres that you might really enjoy. So check her out. I will leave her website linked for you down below. Okay, you guys, that is it for the July notebook challenge. I hope that you're still enjoying these videos. I have a lot of notebooks that I feel like I'm using right now, and I'm so excited to be finishing up a few or seeing myself kind of making really good progress in them. But it's totally fine if you just want to use one notebook to completion. The key is just to really use the notebooks that you have so that you can get enjoyment out of them rather than letting them collect dust. Inspire yourself to get moving on your dreams and start journaling, start writing that book that you've always wanted to write. That's what it's all about. If you want to join us for the July HB Don't Break the Chain Challenge, you can still join even though we're a few days into the month of July. You can just join a little bit late and try to get the rest of the way through July. Or if you're participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, this is another good way to kind of get involved. We have so many cool videos coming up. We also have Publish and Thrive starting in August, so we've only got about a month before we get started on that. So if you're interested in more news on that, make sure that you are on my mailing list, because I'll be mailing out as soon as registration is open towards the end of the month. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button on this video. Go grab my new release, Vengeful Darkness, or get the first 3 books in that series for free if you want to grab them and support me and this channel. Other than that, I will see you guys when I get back from vacation. All right, bye.